Okay guys, back one more time. I think this is probably the last time for tonight because I'm absolutely completely out of white paint, so that pretty much rules out doing anything else. Although depending on how this goes, I do have one other idea I might still try tonight because I won't need white. But I got all my colors mixed up. What we're doing here is a white base with the Floetrol, and then we are going to do the base, and then we are going to pour on this is like a turquoise, kind of a dark turquoise really though, blue, not quite blue, but a dark turquoise. I should take these sticks out of here now before I ruin something. Then I've got a yellow here. And basically a bright red. So if you have any concept of colors, you know, color wheel wise, all of these colors together will create the colors that aren't here. Green, orange, purple. So that's what we're going for. We're going to use a hair dryer for this. And we're going to add, I didn't mix, these are all actually mixed with just water, no Floetrol. So when Phil tried this over the weekend, it didn't go so well. So when we tried it this weekend, that didn't go so well. But it also had Floetrol in it. So I'm hoping that might be the key. I don't know, because it's gonna mix with the white and the Floetrol on the canvas anyway. But anyway, once we lay that all down, we're gonna just put a little dab of like a dark purple on the edge of the blue and just a touch of gold in between, like on top of the yellow. I watched somebody do this exact same thing. Colors were a little bit different shade, but still close enough to get the same outcome. So let's go. I'm gonna start pouring my base, remembering not to use all of it if I don't have to, because we're gonna need it, oh geez, to maybe stretch things. And my table is definitely not level. All right, so I'm just again using my little spatula thingy here to kind of spread all that white out. Sorry if you can't see where I am. You can still see what I'm doing here. So, all right. White here. I'm gonna just spread this around. It would definitely go much smoother if I had a better spatula thingy. This one's pretty chintzy, so if you don't run it across the canvas just right, it's like, oh, nope, I'm not moving any paint like right now. All right, let's move some of this back. And this time too, I think I'm gonna make sure, which I didn't do before. Sorry if you can hear my cat crying in the bathroom. He's a little extra. Okay. So we're gonna go over here. We're gonna go off all these corners just to at least make sure all the edges are covered. That way I won't have to move this so much once I get my paint on, to try to cover them. Because I think when the last one we did, that's how we lost some of the effect I was kind of going for. So sorry this is taking me forever. It would go much faster if this little spatula thingy wasn't so cheap. to be perfectly honest. Any of my Dollar Tree shoppers, you know I'm all about things from the Dollar Tree. I will 100% endorse items from the Dollar Tree when they're warranted. But this little spatula, it actually comes in like a 3-pack from Dollar Tree. They work, I've used them for other things, so I mean, they are helpful. I mean, they do serve a purpose, but for this purpose, they're maybe not the best thing to use. So, All right, so I'm gonna bring my white back over here, and my cat is losing his crap in there. And I think what I'm gonna do is do it in two places, like here and here. Okay, little blue. Well, let's just go with it. All right. And then, oh dear. This really stresses me out just because I know that normally combining these three colors straight up makes nothing but a mess. However, I witnessed how it went down in a previous video, and it did work. I think the key is that you just have to have the right amount of each color so that they don't take over one another or mix to take over. This red is maybe not as thin as it needed to be, but that's okay. All right, I think I've got enough to do one more. Oh God, see, now do you see what I just almost did? I almost poured the absolute wrong color in my picture. Okay, now the video I watched, I don't think she used enough yellow, so I'm gonna go, oh, I'm not really sure why that looks red. A little heavier on the yellow than she did. Okay, so I think that's probably gonna give us enough paint. I'm gonna put just a little bit of purple right on that edge of the blue. And then there's some gold. Okay, this is kind of looking cool already, actually. And then we're gonna do a little gold, like, oh, right there. And just a little speck right there. All right, and then I'm going to take the rest of my white and pour that around. And pour it around here. All right, so I don't know if you can really see what's happening or what we're doing here, but I actually think I need to rotate this canvas because again, I think my space is not level. So I think it's starting to move that. But so far, this is already doing what I think it's gonna do. Wash my hands real quick because we gotta get the hairdryer to start doing something here. So you guys see what I'm going for? It is making that rainbow kind of thing. So we're gonna blow this white over the color where we can. So here we go. Ooh, wait, I didn't really want to mix those two together, but that's okay. Oh, wait, we need to do the white. Ooh, I like the best too. Okay. I'm gonna work over on this side a little bit. Bring some of this light back in there. Ooh. All right. See, the more you bring the white back, that it keeps separating that rainbow apart. I don't really like what's happening right there, but that's okay. All right. The hair dryer's being a little intense, so it's causing some gaps in my paint there, but that's all right. We're gonna fix it. So once you kind of get like a pattern that you're feeling, you don't necessarily need to keep up with the hairdryer. You can stop and kind of move it around this way or with a straw. I'm going to do a little more with the hairdryer though, because there's still a lot of paint here. Oh, this is what happens when you run your hairdryer in your pavement. But that's okay, because there's plenty of paint here. We're just going to cover it up. Break some of that up a little. Like this area right here, I'm not really sure why we got this purple blue thing kind of happening, but I'm wondering if I just maybe dump a little. Alright, hold on. Let me just dump some paint on here. I'm not loving this kind of white area that's kind of being overtaken by just blue and purple, so I'm going to try and mix it a little. Actually, I think I'll drizzle a little bit of everything on there, and then I'm probably going to get a better effect. So see, you just do whatever you want. This all works, obviously. I mean, you see me just completely wing it 90% of the time, and most of the time you're pretty impressed with the outcome, so take some chances. I don't want to lose too much of what I have going on over on this side though, so all right, this is still not looking the way I want it to on that side. Oh gosh, but I really don't want to lose all this paint. I am actually going to pick up some of what I've dropped and just kind of drizzle that in. And then hopefully we can get that to maybe mix a little with the other colors we still have left on the canvas. And see what happens. Problem is this, I've got my windows open. It is a little cool out, so things are starting to already kind of get tacky, you know, like it's not, the paint's starting to set a little. So, you know what, I'm just gonna dump a little of this yellow in here so that we can cover this edge and get this stuff to come off. I don't want much. Oh gosh. All right, I think we're gonna blow that. Oh gosh. Don't panic, everyone. We can salvage this corner. I promise. I will not fail you, I promise. Okay, we're just gonna drizzle a teeny tiny bit of this, like not even hardly a drop. Oh, well, that drop came out faster than I thought, but we're still. we can salvage this. So here we go. I've got a couple spots where that paint isn't quite filling in the canvas, so put a little bit on there. Oh, there we go. Okay, I feel like maybe my too much gene kicked in just a tad. But that's all right. We're still going to salvage this. I'm just trying not to mess up what I've already got going on my canvas that I am happy with. So I'm going to actually tilt this way for a while because that's starting to move. All right, I got to set this down for just a minute. So again, I can pick up some of this leftover paint and just kind of dabble that in to this yellow, like I said, and well, maybe not, maybe I'll put just a pinch of yellow over here. All right, see guys, you just keep working with it. Don't get to a point where you think, oh my God, it's ruined, I hate it, I'm done, and you just stop. Because if you're not, sorry, I have to keep washing my hands, but I got the hands wet. But if you get to a point where you feel like it's not done, but you kind of like what you have, just do what you need to do to keep working with it. It's okay. Don't just give up because you think you ruined it and you hate it. Because if you keep messing with it, look what happens. It's constantly changing. So I wish you could, I will pick you up so you see better. Getting to a point where I'm like, there's too much paint on the canvas, and I'm just going to dab like 2 more little specks on here. I have too much paint on the canvas, and it's starting to get tacky. Hey, what are you doing? Sorry, my dog's digging or something. Put a little bit of heat on this. I still don't love that corner right there, but it is what it is. So. All right. I'm just hitting it with a little heat now because I'm seeing some sides start to come up. So the bare spots here on the canvas. So. All right. So I think that is we're gonna call it done. So hopefully I'm not gonna drip everywhere. I'm just gonna kind of, Sadie, look out. Bring it over so you could kind of get a better look. So, Sadie, move. I don't want to tip it too much, but you get the idea. So we basically used 3 colors. Well, 3 colors plus white to make this kind of a rainbowy effect. And It's looking pretty good, actually. I'm gonna stretch it down this way a little bit because I like what it's doing. I just don't want to stretch it too much because the more you stretch it, the more the colors will mix. And that's when you start to get that muddiness. So I'm gonna have to fill in some spots over here, maybe just with some more pouring medium. Just a little bit of white to cover some spots on the canvas, but that'll be fine. So I'm just going around to finish off all my corners, my edges. Use the paint that dripped off the sides and just kind of rub it around. Oh, I came over the top a little on that. That's all right. So this, we've got all these. And that's gonna continue to change and move a little bit, but we got the basics covered here, so. I don't care if my side paint comes up a little bit, but actually we might be able to blow out some of this. Yeah, we're still not, and it's starting to get too dry to keep trying to do that because otherwise I'm just going to end up with like lumpy junk in my painting. So I think, is that side done dripping? Like I don't. Just a little. Not too much because I do not want to lose what I've got going on at any point in this picture. But all right. Clearly my too much gene is kicking in, which is a sign that I should stop and be done with this project. But I think it turned out how I expected, once again. So I'm happy with that. And sorry, probably can hear me while I wash my hands. This is how I do it. But I think it turned out how I expected. So this playing around and kind of watching other people do things and then actually having an idea how the texture and all that factors into what your painting does. It's definitely improved the outcome of what we've created over the last few days, I would say. So, okay. Here I was just telling you my too much steam kicked in and that was a sign I needed to stop. And what am I doing? I'm over here just too muching it up. So, all right, that is it. And actually that will be it because even though I had another idea that I could do with the paint I have, I just realized I'm also out of cups. So we're not going to be making a whole lot of anything until we have some cups to put our paint in because that's kind of essential. So I am going to ditch the rest of this paint. I know I just said in the last video that I hate wasting paint, and I do, but it's all good. These are colors I don't typically use a lot of except for yellow. So it's all right. So I'm gonna get rid of all of this and call it a night on this one.